Hi, I'm Maria from Crochet A to Z and welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button. And if you have, thank you. Thank you all for being here, and don't forget to subscribe because you won't miss out on the tutorials that are coming and also some giveaways that I have coming forward. So again, please subscribe. So today I want to show you how to make this Hexagon Granny. Much like the original Granny, this is the Hexagon one, and it's easy to make and it's great. The only difference with this and the Granny Square is instead of 4 clusters, this has 6. And of course, the hexagon shape. And real easy to make, quick. You can make a lot of these in a day, and you can make afghans, you can make lapkins, baby blankets, scarves, hats. You can make a lot of things, cardigans, pillows. So this is a really great pattern. And the other thing about it that's great is if you have a lot of leftover yarn from projects that you've made, well, this is the time to use them. Anytime you have this type of project, you can use up all of those little balls of yarn that you don't know what to do with, but you've been saving. So I just want to mention that. And in this tutorial, I'm using an eye hook, and it is a boy. So I'm going to show you how to make this. So very simple. We're going to do our slip knot. For those of you that don't crochet or haven't crocheted or are watching for the first time, we're going to do a slip knot, and that does not count as anything as you go forward other than your slip knot. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to do a slip stitch in this first chain. This does not count as a chain. That's your working chain. These are your crochet. These are your V's. These are your stitches or your chains, whatever you call them. That's what these are. But they're my V's. They're my chains. So I'm going to go into this very first, because everybody has a different name. And I'm going to do a slip stitch. Now, in the middle of this is where all the work is going to start when we begin. So we're going to chain 1, 2, 3. That counts as a stitch. It counts as a double crochet. We're going to go back in there, and we're going to make 2 more double crochets. And then we're going to chain 1, 2. We're going to make 2 more double crochets in that same spot. And if you want to weave in that end as you go around, you can. What I do is I usually have it there and I kind of work it in. And then all you have to do is cut a little bit of it when you're done. So there's the 2. Chain 1, 2, and you're going to put 3 more. Three more double crochets. And you don't want to tighten this until you've gotten, because you have to put 6 of these clusters in. So you want to have enough of room. 1, 2, 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, 2. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to do a set of 2 more. Now you're going to do chain 2 and do 2 more. Actually, 1 more. So you're going to do your one last set. So if you do too many, you can just pull them out, and you always chain 2 even though you're at the end. 1, 2, and before we pull anything or do anything, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. We have a chain 2s in the middle of each one, very important. And now we're going to go into the top of that chain 3, and we're going to do a slip stitch. And I am going to go slow so you can follow me. And that's what we're going to do. And then what we can do is we can pull this a little tighter so that it closes up a little bit. And there it is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change colors. If you were not going to change colors, then you wouldn't do that. But we're going to change colors. And we're going to do one, I'll do a video on not changing colors for this as well. So we're going to do that. We're going to pull this right through, and we're going to tighten it up. So now we've got what we need as far as that's concerned. And if you want to clean this up, I'm just going to actually snip this because I weaved it in as I went along. So right here. So there. So now what I do, and that's up to you, is I weave this in. And it becomes part of it. Now you can either weave it in this way or you can weave it in this way. So not a bad idea to weave it in this way, because what's going to happen is when you make your next row of stitches, it's going to cover that weave. And I just kind of weave it in like that. And then I do go in here because you're not going to see it. It's just going to, and I weave it in, and then I will cut that after. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change colors. So let's change colors. Let's see, let's go with, because we can pick whatever colors we want. And that's the beauty of this pattern, is that you can just add whatever color you want. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to do this. And I'm not going to do a chain 3. You can if you want. I don't. I don't want to keep adding chain 3s to this. So what I'm going to do is do a double crochet right here. I do not chain 3. If you want to chain 3, you can. I don't. So now what I'm going to do is I'm in here, and I'm going to do 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, and I'm weaving in that end so it's in there, and it'll be only just a little bit that I'll have to cut. And at the end I'll be weaving this in as well, so you can get a little, you know, your needle, and you can weave that in as well. So now you've got 3 double crochets, a chain 1, 3 double crochets. You don't chain in the middle. You're going to go to the next corner, and you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. Again, we don't chain as we go into these areas. We don't have to chain. We're going to go right into the next one, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. And you can change colors whenever you want. If you don't want to change colors and you want to use this one color till the end, that's fine. That's up to you. Chain 1. That's the only place you chain 1 in this round, which is round 2. That's the only place that you chain 1. Well, I'm going to pull that out because I see a split in the yarn. So I'm going to fix that. These are the little things that happen when you crochet. Very easy to fix. No worries, especially for people that are new to this. It's not. You make a mistake, you fix it. I'm going to just loosen this up a little bit so that it comes nice and easy. There we go. Now we go into our next little corner. 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. Right here, if you're watching. Once again, chain 1. We're going to go in here again, and we're going to put 3 more. We don't have to chain 1 here. We just move on to the next one, and we do 3 double crochets. And you can make so many of these in a day. It's incredible. That's what's nice about these patterns, these types of patterns. And if you wanted to start making your Christmas gift, say you wanted to give somebody a small lapghan or an afghan or whatever, a scarf made with this, whatever you wanted to make, you could start early. And you can take this anywhere you go. You just take the yarn with you, and you take it where you need to go, and you make as many as you need. You know, you take all the different colors, the yarns you want to use. You might want to do it in a certain color yarn that, you know, the person likes, a variegated yarn, whatever you want to use. You know, you're the artist. You're the creator. You make your own ideas about the coloration, the colors that you want to use to get what you want. Because this is your palette. This is how you create. So we're going to go on the top of this stitch, and we're going to do a slip stitch. Again, if you don't want to change, you don't have to. If you do, this is where to do it. So now what we're going to do is, again, because I'm going to change, we're going to cut this. And you leave enough so that you can weave these in afterwards in whatever way you want. like I said, I weave them in like this, and then I weave, you know, I weave them in at the end, but I do a little weaving as I go, just so that I know that it'll get picked in when I do something else. And that's what you do, and that's what we'll do now. And now we're going to pick another color. So this is row 1, row 2, we're going to make the last row. Hard to believe, but you're going to make the last row. So let's do that. And you can put them in anywhere you want. You don't have to go in a particular space. Wherever you want to, you know, start your next row, you can do that. And like I said, I do not chain 3. You can, I don't. I'm going to do my double crochet right here. Now, I want to show you, see this? So I'm going to show you, you're going to do 1, you're going to do 2, because I chose to do it here, and you're going to do 3. If you choose, and let me explain this, the side. If you choose the middle, it's a different story. And let me show you. If you decide, and I'm going to show you why, this is the side, these are not, this is the side, this is not the side. So if you go to the middle here, which is fine, and I do my double crochet, and I just like the stability that this does instead of the chain 3, but that's up to you. And I do my 3 double crochets. I chain 1. I do 3 more. Now this is going to be just like the row below, except this row has sides to it. And again, I'll show you what I mean by that. So here we go. And we're doing, and I'm weaving that end in there so that I can just snip that off. So this is a side because it doesn't have the 3 and 3 and the chain 2. It's a side. So in these sides, you're just going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. You're going to the middle of the 3 and 3 and the chain 2. You're going to put 3 double crochets, a chain 1, and 3 more double crochets. Now you're in a side again. You're going to do 3 double crochets. Now you're in a cluster of between 3 and 3, and you're going to do 3 double crochets, a chain 1, and 3 double crochets. Now you're on a side again, and you're going to do 3 double crochets, and you don't have to chain between them at all. You just go right along. The only place that you chain is between the 3 and the 3 here. Now you're going to move on again to your next spot. So you're going to go in here, you did your side, you're going to make 3 double crochets. And this is a fun pattern because it takes you away from the granny, but it really doesn't. And it's a really different kind of a shape. It's really kind of, you know, different. And although it's a granny, it's not really. And it's kind of, like I said, it's different. So it gives you an opportunity to make something a little different that you don't see too often. And that's what's nice about this pattern. So now again, we're in a side. We're going to make our 3 double crochets. And this is like I said, it's just different. And it doesn't take a lot of time. You just keep going. Now you're back 3, 3. There's your chain 1. So you're going to go in there and you're going to make 3. Then you're going to chain 1 and you're going to make 3. So it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't take a lot of time. And if you don't have all these extra yarn, that's okay. Just go out, buy, you know, a bunch of yarn, different colors, create your own little thing, and you can make this. And you put them together and you see where you place them so that you don't have the same color next to each other or the same color scheme. And it's really fun to put together. I really enjoy these patterns. Now we're on a side again and we're going to do 3 double crochets. So now there we go again. We're going to make 3 double crochets, a chain 1, and 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And what's nice about this is you can use all kinds of colors, and it's like a kaleidoscope of different colors. And now this is your last side. And like I said, you can start this when you get one of these and you got it all together, you can go anywhere you want in this. You don't have to go in one particular spot. You can go wherever you want, and you can just decide where you want to go in. It's not a big deal. So in here, my ending, and I'm going to go right over. And that's what I did. I wanted to make sure I was grabbing that piece of yarn and weaving it in to there so that I always make sure that I can weave it in. And then it just makes it easier at the end when you want to weave it in. And you do a slip stitch at the top of that cluster. And then again, we're going to cut this. I'm going to slip this through. And we're going to make sure it's nice and tight. And we're going to weave all those ends in. And I want you to see this is your octagon. So now what's going to happen is once you make this, and see where I said you could follow in that pattern, 3, chain 1, side, 3 double crochets, 3, chain 1, and it makes that octagon shape. So now what we're going to do, if you want, and I picked a bright color so you can see what I'm doing here. If you want to add a border to it, whatever color you want to add, we can go in here and I'll show you that you can add the border. So let's go in here, because this is going to be where there's going to be a difference. This is, this is your octagon. You're all set with it. You made 1, 2, 3 rows. Now we're going to add our border for when we decide to put all of them together, 50, 100, whatever you've got. You're going to add your border. So I'm going to make a double crochet in here. I do not chain 3. I like to do, I call it a seamless. That's what I call it. So now in here, I'm going to make sure that I got that in there so I'm going to make 2 double crochets. I'm going to chain 1. This is where it's different. This is my border. I'm going to do 2 more, and I'm going to get that in there so I know it's going to be tucked in there, that end, so that it's tucked in, and then I can cut it. 2 more double crochets. So unlike this that was 3 and 3, this is going to be 2, chain 1 and 2. Then we're going to go to our side. Now your side grew, you have extra sides because it got bigger. And like I said, I'm doing this in a bright color. I didn't want to do it in a black because I wanted you to be able to see what I'm doing. You're going to go in a side again, and you're going to do 3 more double crochets. That does not change. You will still do your 3 double crochets. And I crochet so tightly that sometimes it's hard for me to get through. So I'm going to show you. Okay, so those are your sides. Now I'm going into this cluster of 3, chain 1, 3. I'm going to do 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and again, unlike the row below, now I'm in my side and I'm going to do my normal 3 double crochets in my sides and another side. And you're going to be able to do this with your eyes closed. Basically, you're going to be able to crochet and talk and crochet and you know, watch TV, whether you're in the middle or doing this or you're doing your end, because you're going to know where you're at just by looking at the row below. 3, 3, chain 1. That's what you're going to do when you do your end. You're going to finish it with a 2 double crochet, a chain 1, and a 2 double crochet. Now you're on your side again. You're going to do 3 double crochets, and another double crochet. So you got all 3 of them packed right in there. 3 more because you're still in your side. See, that's the side. Now your side grew because in the row below you only had 1 to put aside. Now you've got 2 because it. And you're going to do your 3 right here. Now you're back in this middle. Your 3 double crochets, 3 double crochet, chain 1. You're going to do 1, 2, chain 1, 1, 2. You're in your side, 3 double crochets, I am so, I just really love the granny square patterns. I just think they're so beautiful because they're so rich and vibrant in the colors, because people choose, and I've seen a lot of people make them, and they choose such beautiful colors. Here we go again. We're in this with 3 and 3 and a chain 1. So we're going to go in and we're going to do, and then we're going to go in, chain 1. So this is a beautiful pattern for someone that's even new, that's starting out in crochet, because it's just great, and you can make something really beautiful and give it as a gift or have it for yourself and say that this was my first pattern that I did. Easy to follow, but it's just so vibrant, so beautiful, that it's a great for somebody that's new to crochet, because you come out and it's like, oh my God, I actually did this, and I'm new to crochet. So again, you're at your side. And I'm going to pull that out because I don't like the way that yarn. I'm just going to smooth that yarn. Sometimes you have to do that. The biggest thing that I have is when you buy yarn and there's a knot in it, that makes me crazy. So here we are again in a corner, 3, 3, chain 1. It makes me crazy when I get, especially when it's really beautiful yarn and it's expensive yarn and there's a knot somewhere in the middle, and it's, oh, that just makes me nuts. That's one of my pet peeves. So that's where you are. 2, chain 1, 2. So now we're going to go, and you're at your side again. And I just pull that over. And I'm going to just, because that was weaved in, so that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to take care of. And we're here, and I'll weave that right into when I make this. And this is, again, your very last row. This is the row where you're going to close it all up and say, okay, this is when I eventually have to, and there we go. And we're going to go in here, and we're going to do a slip stitch. And that's your hexagon. That's what it looks like. Finished. And like I said, whatever color you want to do this, but the end, you follow a different pattern. You do everything the same, except when you get to these 3 and 3, you put 2, chain 1, 2. You put 3, 3, 2, chain 1, 3. And then you can put these all together, whatever color you want, and you can put these all together. Look how beautiful they are. Just beautiful. If you wanted to make them different colors, that's up to you, but you can make your own color palette with these Hexagon Grannies. These are just beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'd really like you here as a subscriber. And thank you all for having me into your home to show you how to do this incredibly beautiful but easy pattern. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you from Crochet A to Z. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.